Peace to you. What's going on, beautiful people? It's a beautiful day, and today is time for the Master Key System, Part 9. If you don't know, my name is SeaJay. Nice to meet you. The Master Key System is a book full of wisdom, full of techniques that we can use to our advantage here in this lifetime to help us create a life that we more so desire. Instead of letting life create and dictate our life for us, this kind of allows us to tap into our innate abilities, the powers that we have and that we've always had. They've just kind of been shunned or suppressed. But this book will help pull the knowledge back out of our inner self so that we can use that knowledge and that energy to allow us to fulfill our desires here in life and live a more harmonious, happy, uplifting life. And not just for ourselves, but for our environment, for all things around us. So without further ado, I'm going to go through the introduction and then I'll go through some of the little paragraphs. All right, and make sure you check out the timestamps below. Whenever you come back, just click the timestamp, click on application if that's where you need to go for that day. Because this book is basically you sticking to a particular chapter for a week or a certain amount of days, however long it takes you to kind of master or understand the concept, and then you move on. So use the timestamps to your advantage. But without further ado, introduction.
In this part, you may learn to fashion the tools by which you may build for yourself any condition you desire. If you wish to change conditions, you must change yourself. Your whims, your wishes, your fancies, your ambitions may be thwarted at every step, but your inmost thoughts will find expression just as certainly as the plant springs from the seed. Suppose, then, we desire to change conditions. How are we to bring this about? The reply is simple: by the law of growth. Cause and effect are as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the world of material things. Hold in mind the condition desired. Affirm it as an already existing fact. This indicates the value of a powerful affirmation. By constant repetition, it becomes a part of ourselves. We are actually changing ourselves, are making ourselves what we want to be. Character is not a thing of chance. It is in the result of continued effort. If you are timid, vacillating, self-conscious, or if you are over-anxious or harassed by thoughts of fear or impending danger, remember that it is axiomatic that two things cannot exist in the same place at the same time. Exactly the same thing is true in the mental and spiritual world, so that your remedy is plainly to substitute thoughts of courage, power, self-reliance, and confidence for those of fear, lack, and limitation. The easiest and most natural way to do this is to select an affirmation which seems to fit your particular case. The positive thought will destroy the negative as certainly as light destroys darkness, and the results will be just as effectual. Act is the blossom of thought, and conditions are the result of action, so that you constantly have in your possession the tools by which you will certainly and inevitably make or unmake yourself, and the joy or suffering will be the reward.
So, like many of the introductions, they are refreshers. This one, what I get from it is keep your focus on what you want. Think of it as it's already happening now, because all we have is the now. So the more you are thinking of your goals as being in the future, no matter what age you are, no matter what's going on in your life, think of it as in the now, because tomorrow in the now, if you have been manifesting and you've been thinking of things as always being in the future, tomorrow in your now, it's going to be in the future again. So think of things as always being in the now. Even if you don't see it happening in the now, don't worry about that. Don't pay attention to that. Because whenever you think of things or you envision things as being today in the now, you create those manifestations, those desires, or whatever it is that you want, you start to create it. You allow it to crystallize in your now. It may take days or months or years, but the more you look at things and goals and just any manifestation you would like to create as in the now, you advance your manifestation capabilities, basically. And also, do it often. Repetition is key, because the more you repeat a certain affirmation, or you repeat in your mind your goals as a visualization, the more you repeat it, the more your energy, your inner self, your subconscious will declare it as fact or as happening. So you will start having thoughts that will align you to your desires. You will start having actions that will align you to your desires. People will start coming into your life. Situations will start happening in your now that align to your desires. And also substitute any undesired thoughts for desired thoughts. So if you're having thoughts of, man, this is not working out, I don't think it's coming. As soon as you have that thought, think, you know what? Everything comes in a divine time. I've set intentions, I trust in myself, and I know that I am headed in the direction that I need to go. I know that things are happening in my life that need to happen, that I need to go through to become stronger, to become more persistent, to become more of the person I want to be. You know, substitute any undesired thoughts for your desired thoughts, because what you focus on will grow. So if you're focusing on your undesired things, you will manifest undesired things. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I get from the introduction. If you use mantras, affirmations, or a prayer, whatever you can, repetitively, whenever you can. I would more so do it right before you wake up. Right before you go to sleep, right after you wake up, and whenever you're having these undesired thoughts. Those are really strong, powerful moments to have these affirmations going on in your head or out loud. So that's the introduction. Now I'm going to go over to number 11.
We can make no mistake about this if we realize that truth is the vital principle of the universal mind and is omnipresent. For instance, if you require health, a realization of the fact that the I in you is spiritual and that all spirit is one, that wherever a part is, the whole must be, will bring about a condition of health, because every cell in the body must manifest the truth as you see it. If you see sickness, they will manifest sickness. If you see perfection, they will manifest perfection. The affirmation, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, will bring about harmonious conditions. The reason for this is because the affirmation is in strict accordance with the truth, and when truth appears, every form of error or discord must necessarily disappear. You have found that the I is spiritual. It must necessarily then always be no less than perfect. The affirmation, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, is therefore an exact scientific statement. Thought is a spiritual activity, and spirit is creative. Therefore, the result of holding this thought in mind must necessarily bring about conditions in harmony with the thought. If you require health, a realization of the I in you is one with the universal mind, is all substance and is omnipotent, will assist you in bringing into operation the law of attraction, which will bring you into vibration with those forces which make for success, and bring about conditions of power and affluence in direction proportion with the character and purpose of your affirmation.
I love this affirmation. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. And it is a very powerful affirmation. But you have to do more than just say the affirmation. You have to feel it. You have to believe it. You have to see it. And not like visualizations, because visualizations is a tool, but it's a tool where you're visualizing a certain thing to be in your outside world, you know? You're visualizing something, planning it in your head. This is different. This is you knowing. You have to already know that you are strong, perfect, whole, harmonious, and healthy. And to do that, you can realize that you, not you, this physical you, the you that keeps your heart beating whenever you're asleep, the you that was you before you started to become a physical being inside of your mother's stomach. Know that that you is already wealthy and whole and perfect and powerful, and see that and really feel that. And while you're saying your affirmation, you will be coming from a different source of knowing. Instead of hoping, you will be knowing that you are whole, beautiful, strong, creative, all whatever affirmations you want to declare. That way your entirety, your entire body will relate to what you're saying, and it will basically give you your blessings, because you are coming in tune. You are becoming the vibration of the thing that you are wanting. So you have to do more than just declare an affirmation and repeat it over and over and over. Yes, it's better than nothing, but if you really want to get to a point where you're manifesting and you are really coming into awareness with yourself and you are seeing results, you are going to want to find a way that you will believe that you are already healthy. Because remember, we are in the now. Make your affirmations be always in the now. I am, not I hope or I will be or I am hoping for or in the future. It's always today. So you have to find a way that will get you and your mind and your body to believe that you are already the thing that you declare yourself to be. So in the book, it talks about how you have found that the I is spiritual, is no less than perfect, you know. But if you're somebody that you don't see that, you don't get what it's saying, like the I, perfect, then for you, try to find something within your mind, within your belief, that makes you believe that what you're hoping for is already yours. But you have to find something that will help you believe it. That'll accelerate your manifestations. It'll make it more efficient, more effective. That's kind of what I get from that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to, let's see, 24.
I built up an affirmation for myself, taking the qualities I most needed and affirming for myself over and over again. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I kept this affirmation always the same, never varying, till I could wake up in the night and find myself repeating, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. It was the last thing on my lips at night and the first thing in the morning. Not only did I affirm it for myself, but for others that I knew needed it. I want to emphasize this point. Whatever you desire for yourself, affirm it for others, and it will help you both. We reap what we sow. If we send out thoughts of love and health, they return to us like bread cast upon the waters. But if we send out thoughts of fear, worry, jealousy, anger, hate, etc., we will reap the results in our own lives.
So in this one, the author is basically giving an affirmation that went really well for them. And that is, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, which I love that one. And you can add more into it. You can, the author says that they didn't change it, but it's your world, it's your life. Do what you will. Just have some type of affirmation or prayer or mantra that will help you complete all desires or get to the desires that you want. And use the affirmation or mantra or prayer continuously and with complete belief. Say it as often as you can, especially before you sleep. After you wake up and whenever you're having these undesired thoughts, use it those times. Also, affirm and or pray for others out of genuine love. This is you not only desiring love, but being love, which will attract more love and blessings to you whenever you are praying or saying words of affirmations for others, and not even your loved ones, just maybe people you don't even know, maybe a particular body of water, maybe a particular forest, maybe just saying, intending love, light, health, wealth, happiness for others. Because whenever you're doing it for yourself, that's a powerful tool and you have the ability to do that. Whenever you do it for others as well, you are not only allowing the universe to give them and yourself that energy, but you and yourself become the energy that is also providing for them. So if you are that energy, you are already the thing that you're desiring, and you're also giving to others. And whenever you pray and have intentions of uplifting, desires and outcomes for others, you help yourself tenfold because you are everything outside of you. And I have a video on that. The video is called Help Others Help You. I just posted that not too long ago. If you want to check that one out, go ahead. But that's really what I get from that one. So now I'm gonna go over to 26.
It used to be said that man is completely built over every 7 years, but some scientists now declare that we build ourselves over entirely every 11 months. So we are really only 11 months old. If we build the defects back into our bodies year after year, we have no one to blame but ourselves. Man is the sum total of his own thoughts. So the question is, how are we going to entertain only the good thoughts and reject the evil ones? At first, we can't keep the evil thoughts from coming, but we can keep from entertaining them. The only way to do this is to forget them, which means get something for them. This is where the ready-made affirmation comes into play. When a thought of anger, jealousy, fear, or worry creeps in, just start your affirmation going. The way to fight darkness is with light. The way to fight cold is with heat. The way to overcome evils is with good. For myself, I never could find any help in denials. Affirm the good, and the bad will vanish. Frederick Elias Andrews. If our predominant mental attitude is one of power, courage, kindliness, and sympathy, we shall find that our environment will reject conditions in correspondence with these thoughts. If it is weak, critical, envious, and destructive, we shall find our environment reflecting conditions corresponding to these thoughts. Thoughts are causes, and conditions are effects. Herein is the explanation of the origin of both good and evil. Thought is creative and will automatically correlate with its object. Thought is a cosmetologic law, a universal law, the law of attraction, the law of cause and effect. The recognition and application of this law will determine both beginning and end. It is the law by which in all ages and in all times the people were led to believe in the power of prayer. As thy faith is, so be it unto thee, is simply another shorter and a better way of stating it.
These little paragraphs were really powerful. Our being is creating and recreating itself all the time. If you continue creating yourself as the person you were yesterday, you will not experience much growth. If you're always doing the same things as you were before, having the same thoughts as you were before, reacting the same way towards certain people or situations, the same way you were before, eating the same things you were before, putting the same type of beauty products on your face as you were before, if you're still doing the same thing, your body's gonna keep recreating the same thing. You aren't going to see much results. So you have to create yourself as the person you want to be. And stop identifying yourself as things in the past. You may have started to identify yourself as something or some person. Maybe some people told you were good at something, so now you kept on doing that, whether it's a certain hobby or creative skill or school. Maybe they said you're smart, so you sticking in school. Stop identifying yourself with things that you have in the past and start to re-identify yourself. Maybe even if it's the gender that you feel like you like, your attraction toward a certain gender. If you keep telling yourself you are one specific sexuality, you're not allowing your creativeness, your soul, to wander and experience other things. Maybe that's not something you want to experience, but that's just one example. If you keep telling yourself you're one certain way, you're gonna keep creating yourself to be that certain way. You're gonna keep attracting things that will keep you in alignment with that one particular thought or way of being until you re-identify yourself. If you keep telling yourself, oh, I feel like I can't get enough protein or I can't get enough nutrients out of my food if I don't eat cooked meals or if I don't eat enough animal meat, well, you're gonna keep creating that reality in your life to be that way, and you're gonna have thoughts of that way, and you're gonna have things come into your life that will keep you on that track. Not to say that track is bad, but if you want to start changing certain things about who you are, you're gonna have to start changing the way you identify yourself with certain things, whether it's how you are, what things are, what's real in this life. You're gonna have to recreate yourself and be open to new possibilities. Because a lot of the things that we may have identified ourselves as, maybe when we were in kindergarten or first grade or going through school, what our parents told us, what our peers told us, what our favorite celebrity does or whatnot, and we identify ourselves with certain things. A lot of the things we identify ourselves with are limiting and block our awareness capabilities of being aware of other things and other possibilities that we can be. A lot of the things that we may conform to or identify with directly affect our growth and how aware and how open-minded we can be. And a lot of that goes back to the thoughts. So allow only desired thoughts into your mind. And whenever thoughts come in your mind that you don't necessarily like, which will happen, we are human and certain thoughts are just floating around, and we are in a certain environment where we will start to have certain thoughts. It's not that any thought is bad, it's just some are just undesired. So whenever you have those undesired thoughts, know when to not entertain the undesired thoughts. Don't keep on adding to the thought that's undesirable. Just realize that it's an undesired thought and just forget about it. Or start to say your mantra or your prayer or your affirmation, or just start doing something just to forget about it. Don't entertain it. Only entertain the thoughts you desire. If you're in an environment somewhere, you meet somebody that's like inspirational, and then you start getting certain thoughts like, start entertaining those. Entertaining as in start adding to those thoughts. You're around somebody that's uplifting, and then you get a thought of, I want to be like that, or I want to be able to look at things like that. Then keep on going. Then start adding to it. Okay, I can do that. This is how I'm going to do it. And then now that's you entertaining the thought. But don't entertain thoughts you don't desire. You're somewhere driving or something and somebody cuts you off, and then you start getting an undesired thought like, oh man, this person has no respect for humanity. And they're just so stupid. And then you entertain it by, you keep on going. Yeah, yesterday I had that same thing, and this person, I should just run them off the road. That's you entertaining the undesired thoughts. Having the undesired thoughts isn't that big of a deal. It's you entertaining it. Just have the thought and then just let it go. And like the book says, thoughts are causes and conditions are effects. Thoughts cause conditions to happen, which are effects. You have a thought that you might get an A on your test, and the effect is you got an A. You had a thought that you were gonna go to work today, and you went ahead and went to work. You had a thought that you were going to be a successful nail tech, and looky here, now you're a successful nail tech. So basically that's just saying thoughts are causes toward the outcomes that show up in your reality. The thought was first. And also, before I go on to the next one, another thing that you can use that may not be an affirmation or a prayer or something could just be as simple as a wallpaper on your phone that reminds you of your desired goal and your alignment. Maybe pictures that are in your house. Use your environment to your advantage. Put certain things in your house and in your car that will keep you on track with your alignment. You know, don't have certain posters or things up in your house that create negative feelings or that cause you to get off track. Don't have on your television certain TV shows or the news or something that's going to throw you out of whack and, you know, become unaligned with your desires at any moment. Allow for your home to be the place where you're always reminded. Everywhere you look, you're reminded, oh, alignment. Oh, I'm aligned. Desires are happening. You know, your phone, you know, the wallpaper on your phone. Maybe, I don't know, you have a certain jewelry that reminds you. Maybe there's fragrances that you like. So put those around your house, spray them on you, keep those in your car. Use your environment to your advantage. All right. So now I'm gonna go over to the application.
This week, visualize a plant. Take a flower, the one you most admire. Bring it from the unseen into the seen. Plant the tiny seed. Water it. Care for it. Place it where it will get the direct rays of the morning sun. See the seed burst. See it now a living thing. Something which is alive and beginning to search for the means of subsistence. See the roots penetrating the earth. Watch them shoot out in all directions, and remember that they are living cells dividing and subdividing, and that they will soon number millions. That each cell is intelligent, that it knows what it wants and it knows how to get it. See the stem shoot forward and upward. Watch it burst through the surface of the earth. See it divide and form branches. See how perfect and symmetrical each branch is formed. See the leaves begin to form, and then the tiny stems, each one holding aloft a bud. And as you watch, you see the bud begin to unfold and your favorite flower comes to view. And now, if you will concentrate intently, you will become conscious of a fragrance. It is the fragrance of the flower as the breeze gently sways the beautiful creation which you have visualized. When you are enabled to make your vision clear and complete, you will be enabled to enter into the spirit of a thing. It will become very real to you. You will be learning to concentrate, and the process is the same. Whether you are concentrating on health, a favorite flower, an ideal, a complicated business proposition, or any other problem in life. Every success has been accomplished by persistent concentration upon the object in view.
This is so powerful. So this time, think about your favorite flower or something that will potentially end up having a fragrance, you know, but a flower for this instance. Think about your favorite flower, visualize it, bring it into the unseen. Basically, it's not here in the physical form, but bring it from here into the scene, into your visualization. Now, you start with the seed, or even just the soil. You plant it, water it, care for it. You see, you have the place where it's at. You can see where it's at in the soil. Sun rays are hitting it, you know. Now you see the seed starting to sprout. The roots are going each different direction. The stem starts coming up. You can see even within it to the cellular sense of it all, and you see the cells dividing, and now it's getting bigger and bigger. Now you're watering it, and then just keep on thinking about it. Now a flower is starting to form. Now you see the flower starting to open up, the beautiful flower that you love, and go so deep into this visualization that you start to smell the fragrance that the flower gives off. Now, this may seem like it doesn't matter. Like, why am I doing this? What is this for? Well, if you're trying to manifest love into your life or money into your life, with this technique, with you being able to see its origination, basically the development of how to get to the flower and the smell will help you get from the development of love and into having the love and expressing it and knowing what it feels like. It will get you so detailed. It'll allow you to detail in your mind what you want in your outside reality. That's the technique. It says in 33, when you are enabled to make your vision clear and complete, you will be enabled to enter into the spirit of a thing. You will learn to concentrate, and the process is the same, whether you are concentrating on health, your favorite flower, an ideal, business, this technique is going to allow you to get in touch, to get in tune with the energy of that particular thing, whether it be a flower, a business, I don't know, a promotion, a car. Because when you can visualize it and with detail, repetitively, and then you start to add other senses to it. So instead of just visualizing it, you can smell it, you can feel it, what it would feel like. You can feel the emotions you would have around it. You can hear what it would sound like, when you're revving the engine or whatever you're trying to manifest. Those things will bring it closer and closer and closer and closer into your reality. So that's what the technique is for. So that's about it for part 9 on the Master Key System. As always, there is much, much love here for everybody. Don't forget to send me some recommendations, comment down below, tell me how you felt about this one, tell me some things that you're learning, tell me some things you maybe aren't learning, let's talk, let's have some conversation. I like talking to y'all, and I feel like this book is extremely powerful and can really, really help if you have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a mind to be open to these types of things. But hey, if not, maybe you can share this with somebody, that may be interested. But don't forget to come back every day if you can, or just write certain things down so you can remember, and do this application every day of the week until next week, and we have part 10. All right, because repetition is key. Repetition will have these things get glued into your subconscious where things are automatic. That's where things are just playing out. If whenever you were 3, your mom told you that certain things that are red are hot, and if that's just something you just kept it, it's in your subconscious. That's something that you're thinking all the time. Something red up, hot. You identified yourself with that. But realize that you can go back into your subconscious and re-identify things that you have identified with, if you know what I mean. That's basically a lot of what this book is doing as well. But anywho, thank you so much coming on, watching this video on this glorious, beautiful day. And may you and all your loved ones be full of happiness, love, health, wealth, success, strength, and all things they desire. Thank you. Many blessings to you all. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.